Move. Dave.
That's enough?
Yeah.
That's just,
Yeah.
So, Dave, what kind of cake do you like today?
Chocolate.
You like a chocolate cake?
Hot dogs.
And hot dogs? You want chocolate cake and hot dogs?
Yes. Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw salad.
Coleslaw.
Oh, coleslaw, of course. Yeah, coleslaw salad.
Ketchup mayonnaise.
Ketchup and mayonnaise on the hot dog. No mustard.
Mayonnaise. 3. 2.
Okay, 2.
Coleslaw hot one. 1 hot dog, 1 coleslaw.
1 hot dog, 1 coleslaw.
You know hot dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so, where are you now, Dave?
Corner. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you in the front row?
Yeah.
Okay, David. What do you like? David, do you like talking to your father?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like about talking to your dad?
That's
I
pretty.
think I gotta go
Yeah.
You talk to him every day?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your favorite thing of the day you like to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how you like making this movie, Dave?
Good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Dave is so interested in construction, and he's had me walk miles. One time we went to a construction site and David was able to tell me exactly what they were doing from start to finish. I was so surprised. We ended up asking the construction people and Dave was correct. They were making a park for children. So one time, around Christmas time, I heard about an event where they were giving adults with disabilities and children free gifts. So I invited David with me and the staff to come.
Oh, you went and I remember the picture.
Yeah, we went and seen Santa. And it was at a biker club. David was so excited when he seen Santa. We sat on Santa's lap like we would normally do, and I definitely sat on Santa's lap too. We took a picture, we got presents. Dave picked out his fire truck and all kinds of construction stuff. He got to meet everyone, he got to say hi. It was really enjoyable. Dave, you can take anywhere. He is always just loving, and he definitely brings a smile to everyone's face. Working with adults with disabilities, you have to definitely have patience and know that there will be hard times like anything else. He has his moments, and prompting and redirecting is a huge part of making sure that he understands and remembers what to do. When you work with Dave, you have to be a go-getter. You have to be interested, you have to be wanting to walk, and just know that when there's hard times, it's okay. Me and Dave tend to cook together. When we first started, he would not touch the meat at all. He would literally even see it and he would be like, no, ew. Now he gets his hands in there, he helps me out, he can do a whole meatloaf together. He'll also even go next to the stove now. When I first started working for him, he would scream on the top of his lungs and say, no, hot, hot, hot. And he would repeat that so many times, and we would have to just remind him, like, it's okay, you're fine. Now he will actually go next to the stove, he'll stir it. He definitely needs help though. He's not going to turn on the stove by himself. But he has grown so much, and when I first met him, he was a lot heavier, and with support, he's been able to lose almost over 30 pounds and keep it off. He can walk miles, and sometimes you have to remind him to calm down, but it's really good to see him just grow and succeed.
Yeah, it's not here today. When's the concrete truck coming?
Monday.
Monday? Okay. What else do you want to say about the buildings?
New house.
What are they gonna do next?
New light.
New lights? What else?
New drywall.
Oh, new drywall. What else do they need?
New people coming.
Oh yeah, the new people are gonna come in.
Box truck coming.
Oh yeah, box truck's gonna come with their stuff, huh?
Whole company we're making. Concrete truck coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, concrete truck coming.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, then show us how it's done.
Martin! Martin!
David's turn.
What?
Dropped it.
No, it's hard. Put down. Put the ball down.
Good job. Yay.
Good job, yeah. That's excellent.
Good. Yep, good. Let's see my end.
Yeah, we'll see Mom later today. It's like dinner time. No, I haven't either. You have? All right, it's your turn, Goody. Wasn't that good? Yeah. Okay, Dave, it's your turn.
1, 8, 1, 2, 3.
Way to go, David.
Good job.
Bank shot, man.
Hey,
That's a good shot, Dave.
hey.
Big truck, Dave.
Go your turn. Go your turn. Go your turn.
Okay. Let me go.
Was that an okay shot?
Yeah, it works.
Okay. Okay.
Slow and steady, yeah.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, my turn.
It's your turn.
Your turn.
Cool.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right to be nice on the make. Go!
That's right, Dave.
Green sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Soy tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
You want cheese sauce?
No, thank you.
God has cheese.
Mm-hmm.
You want burrito?
I'm having burrito with bread.
Share.
Yeah, we're gonna share.
Share!
Oh, and that's too loud, Dave.
Share.
Oh, that's better.
Yes, I see.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Oh,
Yes, I
that's
can.
too loud.
Yes, I see.
Oh, that's better. You gotta be quiet for the movie. You gotta talk quiet.
Shopping.
You wanna go shopping?
Costco.
You wanna go to Costco? What do you wanna get at Costco?
Costco 50.
What else?
We are like kids. Yeah, keep waiting. Let's keep waiting. Let's put the truck on me. Once they take me.
Thank you. All right, Elsie. Nice to sit down again.
Ready to order enchiladas with salsa? So cheese enchiladas, the place is really, really hot, so be careful. Okay?
Let's start 15. Start 15.
Did he order a side of corn? Yes. Okay.
Sorry, Christine. Yeah, so I said 15.
Bob, ya le dije plan. No nos va a la calle, no va a estar en los incendios, no va a todo.
Hungry.
You wanna start eating, or you wanna wait for you and then break to get
The food gets cold.
Sometimes he likes to wait till everyone gets their food.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Very nice, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Great. Tasty.
Start cooking.
Pack for you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's good.
And another glass. Thank you. Welcome. Serving and a corn tortilla. All right?
Yay! Thank you.
Luego. Luego, mi niña.
Ok. Qué bueno. Quiero preguntar, me mandaron un email que ya llegó el piso, ¿sí llegó? Ok. Perfecto. Bueno. qué?
You want 15 cents?
You can have them, Dave.
Enjoy, guys.
Thank you.
You want 15
You have them, Dave.
Martín, en la pintada, ¿crees que les puedas dar unas 2 o 3 pasadas? Porque el cuarto de los niños quedó muy sencilla la pintura. Como que quedó muy sencilla la pintura. A ver si le pudiéramos dar una. Ya, sí, es una conversación más de base. Es que no, con más ustedes. Mejor. Mira, yo te voy a decir la neta. Yo los días que me quedo con la gente. O sea, pues yo perdí para que les den más horas, pero pues ahora sí que ya no quiero niñas y es cosa del pop. Ahora que la gente dice, no, pues como los
Pues,
es cosa que empiezan a decir, pero ¿sabes qué? Pues no están contentos o qué puedo hacer.
You like it?
Yeah.
Good on.
A little bit.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you had a ghost?
Sí, amor,
No, never.
así tengo un carnal.
I tried one, but
A todos supo ayudar.
you don't know that.
Es los morros que mataron a... Hay un peine en el cuartel de Zacatecas, ¿verdad? Jamaica, por favor.
¿Para llevar?
¿Tú también no quieres
¿De la que te la incluye aquí?
Sí, por favor.
have you tried jalapeno soccer?
No.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Red one and green one.
A ver, lo de
Hey, Dave. I might not come with you for dinner. Okay? You might have dinner with Mommy and SK, but no English. Okay?
How come?
I'm tired. I want to go here. Okay. Sounds good. What you think, Greg?
Oh, yeah. It's a nice day. Yeah.
That's a nice day. Making a movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. We'll change your shirt when we get home, okay?
Okay.
You want to keep it on? Okay. Dave, so when we go home, we're going to shoot a little bit more movie, right? Do you want a clean shirt for the movie, or do you want to keep wearing this shirt? Do you want to keep wearing this shirt? Or do you want, I have a clean shirt in the car. Okay? Yeah, let's get him a clean shirt.
Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Dog! The people
Oh, look at that. He's so noisy, huh?
Noisy dog.
Noisy dog.
The people get dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only thing. Yeah, take care. Do you want haircut? This is.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a haircut on Wednesday.
When?
You're gonna get it's gonna be at like 5:15 at night, and you're gonna get a haircut.
When?
Wednesday.
Even?
No, I won't be there.
Kim.
Probably Kim. We don't know. We'll see. But whoever you're with will take you, okay?
What?
Whoever you're with will take you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it not on? Wait for Charlie to...
We need to wait for Charlie.
Not to.
Not through, that's right.
Good.
Do you like making the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah? What
I'm gonna wash my hair.
do you like? Yeah. So what did we do today, Dave? Oh, you want to go to Costco? Okay. We're not going to make a movie at Costco. What are you going to do this afternoon?
Yeah, thanks. I'm very store.
You're gonna go to the
What's
store?
that?
You're gonna see SK today. What thing?
You know. Yeah. Your person. Your person. Yeah. No person, please. Oh, hey. Hey. Yeah, I know it.
The car she said it's declined. Okay.
What happened? Broken?
Do you want to pay?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let, yeah, it's okay. We'll let Greg pay today.
What happened then?
Well, this card didn't work. Let me see. Actually, Greg, it's okay. I'll pay today.
Alright.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I have known Dave, I think, for, gosh, probably 8 years, maybe 7 or 8 years, I think. And I believe Dave kind of found out about my dance classes, probably just through the special needs community. What I've noticed, though, the last few years especially, is just the amount of growth that he has exhibited in his social skills. And when he first came to me about 8 years ago, he was pretty shy, and he wasn't super mobile. He'd kind of just stand there, and I think he was taking it all in. And the last, I'd say 2.5 years, he's really kind of come out of his shell, and so he's moving bigger and more confident. And he used to get nervous at the shows, and he still gets nervous, but it seems like he's way more confident and excited. Dave is a hip hop dancer. He's got some good moves. He participates in 2 dance performances a year, big dance performances, where he has to memorize an entire routine with other dancers. Formation changes. It's a big deal. He performs twice a year, but each performance there are 2. So he performs 4 times a year on a great big stage with hundreds of other dancers in a big auditorium, and he does amazing. But one thing that always makes me super excited is when we were at the performance and the lights go out, he gets a little nervous, and then as soon as the performance is over, he goes through it seamlessly, and then after, when he's exiting off the stage, he's so happy, and he gives me a big high five. We just had a show, well, it was this last January, and he just was so happy and proud of himself. And then also, what I really love and appreciate is every time class starts, he kind of does a roll call, and he wants to make sure that all his friends are there. And he will let you know if someone is not in class. And so that means a lot. I think his friends mean a lot to him.
What's the biggest thing that David has taught you?
Dave has taught me, gosh, a lot of things. But I would say patience and just like acceptance. Dave, what I appreciate about Dave is that he really enjoys whoever he's with, and that's something that I think we need to remember. Just that I really love Dave, and I think that with COVID right now, it's hard because I know that routine is super key, and I think for Dave, I equal all the dance friends, so I'm kind of irrelevant. But when I visited him at the beginning of the pandemic, and then even today, it kind of makes me happy because I think that means that dance has a big place in his heart, and his friends mean a lot to him. So it makes me feel good to know that I've been a part of that special place for him. I think I'm just impressed. I've known Dave for a few years, and quite a few years, and I just think that he continues to grow, and his ability, like the progression of movement and processing and even social skills, it keeps getting better, and I enjoy spending time with him and having him in class, and it makes me feel really good to know that I'm a part of his journey.
Doug or David for like a year and a half. It was great meeting him and everything. Met up, me and Dave, and yeah, it was great. Going to concerts and stuff, hanging out with went to Wings, and pretty cool. Just hanging out with Dave, and yeah, it was.
What's your favorite memory of Dave?
Oh, I like he likes construction and everything, and cars and stuff, like trucks and stuff, fire engines, and yeah, it's pretty cool, He likes the same things that I like, and yeah, it's pretty cool to express himself, express myself, it's pretty cool. Dave is a awesome, cool guy, just hang around with, and just pretty mellow guy, and yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah.
I have a question, Greg.
Yeah.
My question is because because you are that how do I say it? Like you can do a lot more things than Dave.
Yeah.
But you also have disabilities that you work with.
Yes.
So how do you feel relating to Dave as another person who has disabilities?
Oh yes. Well, it's pretty cool that we sort of relate. We understand the different problems, that I'm not sure. Actions speak louder than words, I don't have the right words to say, neither does he, So yeah, it's expressing the moment. I don't know. Or is that what you mean?
I remember when JT was filming you,
Oh,
you were talking about how Dave is a person too. You remember you were saying that?
Oh yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Oh yeah, he was all speaking. Yeah, or I don't know. Not like like you and me. I don't know. You know, like, you know how you talk with babies, childs or babies, you know? You know, like, yeah, I don't know, yeah. It's just pretty expressing himself. Yeah, you know, like when he grows up, you know, gonna sort of remember that, you know, like the other kids, I don't know. Yeah, it's sort of weird. Well, I like Dave, you know, he's pretty cool, just hanging out with him and, yeah, just interacting or yeah, it's fun eating with them and watching the cars and all that. It's pretty cool.
2012. I was at grad school. I was going to California Institute of the Arts, and I came home for Christmas, and it was very nice to see Dave. Like, even though I lived away from Sonoma County for 15 years, like every time I came back, like Dave was so happy to see me, and we've always been close, you know. So I came back and we were talking, you know, like Dave does, and he was talking and he asked me about my birthday. And my birthday's in June, and I was like, yeah, birthday, whatever. And then I went back to school, right? So I talked to him in December. And then come May, my mother calls me and she says, Elin, you are going to have to come home for your birthday because Dave has been talking about your birthday nonstop since Christmas. And no one's ever been that excited about my birthday before. So I don't actually remember the birthday party that much. I just remember that I had to come up. Like, and you know, memories with Dave is a little bit it's not like you have one special day that you do a special thing and that's it. Like with Dave, he likes to do things many times. It's part of his autism, you know. Like I think it helps him make sense of the world to do things a bunch of times. And sometimes something really special will happen. Like you know, before coronavirus came, we were going to church. Before that, we were going to this Buddhist group I'm a part of called the Soka Gakkai. And I hadn't been going for a couple of months because I had a breakdown at one of the meetings and I felt embarrassed about going back. And, you know, Buddhism is a really beautiful religion, but it's normal people practicing it and they all have their own, you know, BS. And somehow I got it in my head to take Dave to the meeting. And I think it was a little hard at first because, you know, it's hard for Dave to be quiet. But it worked out and I kept taking Dave and Dave's behavior just got better and better at these meetings and, you know, and he would participate appropriately, which was really cool. Like, you know, everyone would go around the circle and say their name and he would say his name at the appropriate point and just beaming. And he'd just be smiling, and he really loved the chanting. It's like a chanting Buddhism where everyone chants together, and he really likes the chanting. And then we were going to Special Olympics. Oh my God. Special Olympics is so fun. It's so fun. And, well, in order to go to Special Olympics, we had to switch to going to church. Because church started at 10 and Special Olympics started at 12 and we could just make it. And so Dave loved church, especially. Well, he just loved the whole thing. The music was better. He would insist we sit in the front row. He just really like enjoyed it, and you know. And then one of the really special things about this church we were going to is that Mr. Del Monte, who was one of Dave's teachers at Annalee, would go there with his family. And Dave would see Mr. Del Monte and go, Mr. Del Monte! Mr. Del Monte! And, you know, just so happy to see his teacher. And you know, it was like the whole thing. Dave was so good. Like, he'd be quiet, you know, which is a real accomplishment for him. But I remember one time we were going to church, and we were going with Greg and Dave and Kitty and me, and Kitty dropped her water bottle that was a glass water bottle in the front hallway. So we were cleaning it up, and you know, it took a few minutes to clean up the glass, and you know, when we were done cleaning up the glass, I was a little nervous because I didn't know where Dave was, and you know, I really try not to leave him unattended because for multiple reasons, right? And a big part is because I don't want people to think he's unattended, right? I don't want people thinking that I'm irresponsible with him. So I was a little nervous. So I go over into the main sanctuary of the church, and there's a jazz band playing. And Dave loves jazz. And I see him, he's standing in the front row, and everyone else is sitting. Just Dave standing, and he's swaying gently back and forth in time with the music, just like totally happy. And I walk up the aisle to go see my brother, who's totally fine at the church, and it's like, you know, good vibes, you know, for him to be dancing in the front. And I get to the front of the church, and who is playing the drums but Mr. Del Monte? And it was such a, like, beautiful moment, you know, of Dave really thoroughly experiencing church, right? Really thoroughly experiencing the music, and, you know, it was just cool. Another memory is, you know, Greg and Dave and I, so it was last Halloween, we were gonna do something and it was canceled, so at the last minute we found tickets to a concert at a winery for a band I had never heard of. Just did it. And it was like a similar thing where Dave just standing in front of the musicians. Actually, I have some footage of it on my phone. I don't know if you use that. But, yeah, just standing in front and like so into the music, like so into it. And I think everyone else, for some reason, was standing like 5 or 6 feet behind Dave. Like nobody wanted to go right up to the front of the stage except for Dave. So there he was, like, just right in front of the music, just taking it all in. Another memory, of course, I have a terrible sense of direction. So especially before, you know, phone navigation came out, Dave got me out of being lost a few times, which was, you know, clutch. He has a great sense of direction. He can go someplace once and know how to get there, which is weird to me. Like, my brain does not work that way. I don't know, but like, yeah, so those are some of my favorite memories. And just little things. I like how he takes out the garbage. He's so joyful when he takes out the garbage. He loves taking out the garbage. He'll take out anybody's garbage. And he just likes it. He's so good at it. Like, he's with such gusto taking out the garbage. To the point that now I like taking out the garbage too. I think it's great. I'm like, oh, I'm taking out the garbage, and I just think of how much Dave enjoys it. And, you know, he makes things more fun. You know, little things more fun. Like, it's so fun going to the grocery store with him. I'm the one, since coronavirus started, I'm the one who takes him grocery shopping. And it's so cool. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I want these things at the grocery store. He pushes the cart around. He's very, like, independent in a certain way, you know, like, I stay with him and all that, but, and, I don't know, we negotiate. We just negotiate a lot. I like negotiating with Dave. Because, you know, when he has something on his mind, he's not, you know, quiet. He's not quiet about it. Like, he will talk to you about something 20 times if that's what it takes to resolve for him. And it can be hard. You know, it can be hard to talk about something a whole bunch of times. You know, like when we were, last time we evacuated for the fires, the power was out. It was like when they were doing those blackouts to prevent the fires somehow. And we went to Oakland because I had a Buddhist thing in Oakland to do called Bureaucran, and yeah, so we were coming back, and Dave wanted to go to a specific Target, right? Because for him, every Target is special and unique, and he, you know, he really enjoys going to Target. He likes going to stores, I think, because they're organized, there's people he can talk to. It's just, like, great, but that day there was no power on in the whole shopping center. And, you know, it'd been a long day, because I think I had come and left to pick Dave up at 4 in the morning. It was a long day for me. And we had to talk about the man coming to fix the wires, which is his understanding of how electricity works, right? The PG&E man was going to come fix the wires, and we literally had to talk about it, like if I'm being real, like 50 times. But it's a lot of times, you know, just going over, like, when are the men going to come fix the wires? We have to wait our turn. How many PG&E trucks? So finally I had to, like, make up an answer. I said there's 13 PG&E trucks with 7 PG&E women and 6 PG&E men. Like, I just had to make something up and kept repeating it over and over for him to be able to, like, make sense of it. So, you know, it isn't easy. He isn't, like, the easiest brother, but he's a sweetie pie. You know, he's so sweet, and he's so happy about getting to see me, and like, not just me, he loves people. You know, he's a real lover, and he makes me feel good. You know, when I come see him, we have a good time on the weekends, and yeah, it's just like, he's always happy to see me.
Why did you decide to change careers?
Why did I decide to change careers?
Yes.
Well, my first career was being an artist. And I went to art school twice. I went to Carnegie Mellon for my undergrad, and then a few years after that, I went to Cal Arts, north of LA, for my graduate, my MFA, and it was great. You know, I'm really grateful I got to do that. But once I left Pittsburgh, where there was cheap rent, and moved to LA, where there was no longer cheap rent, I could not figure out how to make being an artist work. So I took a class at the JC that was about choosing a new career, and I came upon occupational therapy, which sounds really cool. I guess it's about therapy using, occupations of your normal life. So normally people think of occupations as things you're getting paid to do, which is our very capitalist view of occupation. But occupational therapy is more concerned with like brushing your teeth, putting your clothes on, socializing, all the occupations that you would do normally. There are industrial occupational therapists that I think work with, for getting paid work. But it sounds cool, and I'm trying to do it with Dave. Like, I'm trying to get into occupational grad school right now, so it's so I keep trying to think of occupations to do with Dave that might be therapeutic, and we go do them, and it's really fun. I guess I'm especially, at this point, I'm especially interested in working with adults with special needs and working on just like having fun, like doing stuff that's fun for the special needs adult. I think that's an occupation. So, yeah, so it just seems like a good way that I can do something where I get to help people. All these occupational therapists I've heard of, most of them are really happy with their job, which isn't true for teaching. Oh, I was a special education teacher for a year between being an artist and an occupational therapist. So that was really hard. I'm not built to be a special ed teacher. I don't have the endurance. So I think like doing occupational therapy, I get to work with people with their special needs, but I don't have to like only go to the bathroom at lunch, if that makes sense. And I'll have more training and hopefully make more per hour, but not have to work such long hours as a teacher does.
Sex Siren for $200. OTA Realness for $300. Executive Realness. Drags Lip Sync for $300. OTA Runway for $500. All right, everyone give it up for Aika. Thank you so much for doing this work.
If this jar is not full by the time I leave, there's a problem. Don't forget to
I wanna fly like a bird. Yes, so fuck a nigga what you heard. Yes, I wanna fly like a bird. I wanna fly away. I wanna get down. I wanna fly away. Yes, I wanna just fly away. Yes, I like a bird. I like a plane. I like a this like this. I wanna get down. I wanna get to you, they can't get. I wanna get to you, they can't get. I wanna get down. Yes, yes. I wanna get down. Yes, yes. Like, you pussy cunt, bitch. Yes, you pussy cunt, bitch. Yes, you pussy cunt, bitch. You pussy cunt. Clap in Oakland. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I need everybody clapping. This is a free event. Free bags, free gays, free blacks, free trans, free everything. Let's stop acting like we're chained up. No more suppression in here, please. Don't do that. You ready, bitch? Yeah, this microphone's so loud. I can't hear my thoughts inside my head. She's an all around. Yes. Yes. I need y'all fucking clap. Ooh, catch the boots. Catch the boots, the boots. Catch the boots, the boots. Oh, Dolores, the boots is good. Yes. Here we go. Pass the pussy, yes, yes. Pass the pussy, yes, yes. Pass the pussy. And here we go. Now eat the pussy up, serve the pussy up, walk the pussy up, yeah, bitch. Serve the pussy up, eat the pussy up, walk the pussy up, yeah, bitch. Eat it up, serve the pussy up, eat it up, serve the pussy up. Oh wait now, eat it up, serve the pussy up, eat it up, taste, yes. Bro, y'all give this woman a round of fucking applause.
No, I'm surprised that they came back.
Okay, we'll tell me later.